Hi, so I just wanted to touch base with everybody as we get the course underway here. This is your instructor, Professor Kenny. Welcome again to the course. Let's go through some basic navigation stuff, and I want to say a few things about discussions in this first week. Everything I hope is fairly self-explanatory. You got some announcements here. You've got your contact details for myself, and if you go to learning modules, you've got the course information here, and again, just go down through this yourself. Everything should be fairly easy to grasp. A very important comment, or a very important document here is the discussion requirements. And here the general idea is we don't have a face-to-face time with each other. So the idea is let's get some discussions going. Now, it's supposed to be as close as possible to an in-class discussion. So things have to happen back and forth. A discussion is not just a monologue. It's not like coming in the last 5 minutes of class, saying your piece, just saying a few things, and then running out the class again. That would be like going into the discussion room in the last few minutes of the week and just saying your thing. The discussion is necessarily a two-way thing. So basically what you have, your requirements, they're there at the top, at least 5 significant posts per week on at least 2 different days, and the first post must be within 48 hours of the beginning of the discussion. Typically, the discussions start midnight Sunday night. So there's already been most of a 24-hour day gone into the first discussion. I'll get back to that module in just a second. So you do need to get something up in the discussion boards in the current module before tomorrow evening, before midnight Tuesday night. And then between now and Sunday night, at least 5. It doesn't have to be in the same discussion group. There can be a few of them that you can contribute to. Let's go to the first module here. So this is where we are. I'm just basically, the first module is all about introducing you to philosophy fairly gently before we really take on anything substantive. Looking here, just before I get back to the discussions, you've got a thinking philosophically exercise. There will be a bunch of these. These are listed, I think, on the syllabus as well. This one is fairly, this is kind of a gimme really. It's just to get you going, asking you some of these stereotypically deep philosophical questions. There's no right answer or wrong answer. I just want you to at least reflect a little before moving forward. I've also uploaded the first chapter of the text in case you've had an issue getting your hands on it. This will be the exception and not the rule. There's absolutely no way I can scan and upload. I mean, there's no legal way that I can scan and upload the entire text for you. But in case you are having trouble getting your hands on the text, at least chapter 1 is there, and that'll do you for a week or two. So make sure that you do get your text by then. Here's these are all PDF documents, by the way, so your computer should be able to open those automatically. If not, well, we'll need to investigate that. I also upload some PowerPoint mini lectures, I guess I'm calling them. Just let me open up one here. So it's basically a PowerPoint that it's comparable to something I might use in class. It's just to get your bearings, to give you an idea. It sort of correlates well with the text, although that won't always be the case. But it's just again a rough guide to where we're at. And then here's the discussion. So this is the first discussion. Again, a reminder of the general requirements here. This link goes to the link we just had open a few minutes ago. So you've got to again treat them very. This is a very substantive part of the course. There's like 25% of your course grade is going toward the discussion, and that's pretty significant. So make sure that you do put the effort in to get online here early in the week, get your discussion participation going, and then um, drop back into the discussion groups at least a few times again before the end of the week. The great thing about online courses is that you can do that at any time you want, but of course the bad thing about online courses is that you have the freedom to do it anytime you want, and that sometimes means, unfortunately, you just forgetting it and keep forgetting it. So make sure that you have some sort of schedule going whereby you remind yourself to get into your online course, go to the discussion groups, contribute. Make sure that you read other people's posts, you read and respond to other people's posts. That's important as well. I will be in there writing some posts as well. I will not um, respond to everybody's post. That wouldn't be realistic, just like I wouldn't respond directly to everything that gets said in a classroom setting as well. But I will be in around the discussion, just guiding things here and there, making clarifications and so on and so forth. So that's the first discussion. Now there is a second discussion group as well on critical thinking and arguments. I'll just say a word about this as well. There's this one's fairly tricky. I would ask you to make sure to do the corresponding reading in the text very carefully. This is probably new to a lot of you. This is basically some fundamentals of logic, which is a whole other class at OCC and in any philosophy department. But in these few pages in the text, the discussion is about these things called arguments. There's premises and there's conclusions. There's this concept called validity. There's this concept called soundness, and make sure that you understand these concepts before moving forward. I've given you a very silly example here of the kind of thing I want you to provide in the exercise. Again, I'll be in the discussion making some clarifications as need be. If you see something that you suspect might not be quite right in another person's post, feel free to point that out, of course, nice and politely. Philosophy, as is mentioned in the text and in the handouts, it's a cooperative enterprise, and it's not about winning at an argument or in a discussion. It's basically, ideally at least, it's about getting at the truth behind an issue. But it is a cooperative thing, ideally. It's not something that you just do by yourself. So make sure, again, that you contribute as best you can. And I guess that might be it for now. Don't think, again, everything from earlier on is self-explanatory. There's the introductory week here saying just to make sure that you can submit a post on the discussion group, submit a thinking philosophically exercise. There will be papers, so it's not a bad idea to get this sort of practice out of the way if you can. And there's also a raise your hand section here, so that if you have a question, this is basically supposed to be just like raising your hand in class. So the whole class gets to hear the question, the whole class gets to hear the answer. So it's not like you emailing me if it's an important question for the whole class, and the whole class could benefit from some clarification from me, the instructor, then this might be the place to ask that question. And feel free to ask me any questions, if there's anything that isn't clear in the course, if there's some of the requirements you're not entirely clear on, if there's anything on this list of things here that just doesn't make sense one way or the other, please be sure to drop me an email or use that raise your hand resource as well. I will see you in the discussion groups, and again, welcome to the course, everyone. I hope we have a good and fun semester and that we also learn some stuff. Okay.